Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to video number 11 in our series. And this is my personal favorite in the sense that I think if ever there was a secret to passing your exam, this is it. The 5 strategies you must employ if you plan on passing your test. We're going to take a bit of a detour today and talk about these in the sense of that this video is going to be a bit longer than most of the other videos. I don't know how to squeeze it all into 5 or 6 minutes, okay? I watched a lot of videos from other companies, some teachers, different schools online, and what I see is quite a few videos where they spend an hour or two reading you hundreds of questions. This is a waste of time. It's a waste of the instructor's time on the video. It's a waste of your time. Now, I've been doing this for almost 40 years. I went to college to be a teacher. I've taught in high school, in college, in prison. That was an experience. I've taught in cosmetology school, I've taught in barber school, and I'm telling you, I've taught this subject the last 20 years. You are not going to memorize every question in the state board testing bank. It's simply not possible. There's anywhere between 800 and 2,000 questions, and if you could memorize 2,000 questions, you wouldn't be human. It's simply not possible. So to spend hours of your time having someone read you questions that you try to memorize without really understanding what they're talking about is not going to work. When I was little, we went to Catholic school. We had French-speaking nuns. They taught us a song in French, Frère Jacques. I could sing it. Apparently, I even had a pretty good French accent. I had no idea what I was talking about until about the 10th grade when I learned in English it was called Brother John. Just because a parrot can say Polly wants a cracker, the parrot doesn't know what that means. If you memorize a question and you don't understand what it means, they can just change one word and you'll get the question wrong on your test. Now, if you decide to memorize, it's gambling. It's like playing the lottery. Now I play the lottery sometimes. It's the fun, it's worth $1 or $2. Don't gamble, play the lottery. I'm passing your state board exam, okay? Know what you're talking about when you walk into the test. Now, let's face it, another thing. Why your test is like the lottery. The questions will never be the same twice. If they were the same twice, everyone would pass the test at least a second time. Nobody would take it 3 or 4 times. More importantly, if the questions really were the same, on the first day of cosmetology school, your teacher would hand you a list and say, here is 100 questions and answers. Learn these, this will be your test. Now, did that happen to any of you? Because it didn't happen to me. But if it did happen to you, if you were that lucky person the teacher handed the questions that were going to be on your test and said, learn these 100, then you should stop this video right now and spend the rest of your time memorizing those 100 questions. But if that didn't happen to you, then you should pay attention to these videos. Now to put a period on this thought, because you cannot memorize 2,000 questions, spending hours of your life trying is a complete waste of your time, which obviously raises the question, what should you do? And here's what you should do. You should focus on the topics, the concepts, the ideas that will be asked, and really understand the idea as opposed to trying to memorize a question. You might think that extensions were the most exciting thing you learned while you were in cosmetology school, and maybe they were. Right? The state board exam doesn't care. You might have 1 or 2 questions on extensions. The state board exam in every state is going to hammer you on Chapter 5 in your textbook, Infection Control. Approximately 1 out of every 3 questions will be on infection control. If you blow this section of the test, the best you can get is a 66, and that is passing in no state. Some states will pass you with 70, no state will pass you with 66. So understand, put your studying into the things that will be on the test. Now, the next most heavily tested section is going to be chemical services, mostly hair color. Now, we're going to talk about hair color for the rest of this video. And I'm going to give you a few examples, okay? Why understanding the concept is a much easier, faster, and more effective way to passing your test than trying to memorize hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions. Question number 1. What is the effect of a complementary color? It gives you the choices: opposite each other on the color wheel, perpendicular to each other on the color wheel, enhance each other, or neutralize each other. And the answer, page 677 in your textbook is neutralize each other. If you answered A or B, you didn't even read the question. That says opposite and perpendicular. The question, what is the effect? It doesn't ask you where they're found. And this is one of the most common mistakes students make. They do not read the question carefully and slowly, at least a couple of times. And they end up answering what they think the question asked them and not what the question really asked them. This only has to happen one time to fail you, right? You can fail with a 74 if your state requires 75, or a 69 if your state requires 70. Read the question. Question number 2. Where are the complementary colors located on the color wheel? Directly opposite each other, perpendicular to each other, at a 90-degree angle from each other, or at a 45-degree angle from each other? And the answer is A, directly opposite each other. Question number 3. It's essentially the same question with different answer choices. Where are complementary colors located on the color wheel? At a 45-degree angle from each other, at a 90-degree angle from each other, at a 180-degree angle from each other, or at a 45-degree angle from each other? And the answer is C, at a 180-degree angle. Directly opposite sides of the color wheel. Here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here. Makes no difference. Opposite sides, 180 degrees. So there's 2 ways to ask the same question. 180 degrees is directly opposite. Question number 4. And for the rest of these questions, this is what they're going to give you. Okay? What is the complementary color of red? Blue, green, yellow, or none of the above? And page 678 in your textbook tells you the answer is B, green. Green is the complementary color of red. Question number 5. What color will neutralize red? Blue, green, yellow, or none of the above? Well, the answer again is B, green. Green is the complementary color of red. It will neutralize red. Question number 6. What color will cancel red? Blue, green, yellow, or none of the above? Once again, it's answer B, green. Green will cancel red. Green will neutralize red because green is the complementary color of red. Number 7. What color is directly opposite red on the color wheel? And if you guessed green, you're correct. Number 8. What color is located 180 degrees from red on the color wheel? In other words, directly opposite or across from red on the color wheel, you find green, answer B. And finally, one of their current new favorite questions. Your client has a bright red sunburn. She is getting married in 1 hour. What color foundation should you apply to disguise the red sunburn on her face? Blue, green, yellow, or none of the above? And again, the answer is green. Green is the complementary color of red. It will cancel or neutralize red. And her sunburn will not show in her wedding pictures. And she'll like you a lot for that. Now, I've just given you 6 variations on an actual current question on your test. I could go on with maybe 10 more, but I think it makes the point. Now multiply this times all the complementary colors, times all the primary colors, all the secondary colors, and you'll see you have hundreds of possible questions, which brings us full circle back to you can't memorize them all. You simply need to pay a lot of attention to the bottom of page 677 in your textbook and the top of page 678. Learn the 3 complementary colors. Think of Superman, blue, yellow, red. Think of their complementary colors for the 3 primary colors, right? And which will neutralize or cancel each other. Now, someone's going to take away from this video and say, oh, this guy said don't memorize questions, don't memorize anything. Memorizing won't work. No, I didn't say that. I said memorize the right things. Memorize the vocabulary words. Memorize words like the lacrimal bone, which is the small bone at the inner corner of your eye socket. Memorize words like trichology and osteology and physiology. You'll see them all on your test. That's vocabulary. That's memorization. This color is not memorization. This is simply reading the chapter. It's not even a big chapter, but it's a heavily tested chapter. Now, I'm going to wrap all this up simply by saying, what should you do to pass your test? Well, A, you should watch our videos over and over and over again. We have many comments on our channel. People have said, I watched the videos over and over and over and I passed my test. Watch the videos. Take the free practice test on our website. They're free. They're questions off the current state board exam in your state. Get a copy of our exam book. It's available for cosmetology, barbering, aesthetics, and nails. It's available in English and Spanish. Go to our website, get a copy of it. It's $39.95. It's a great investment. When you pass your test, and you will, turn around and sell it to somebody else in school. Get your money back. Okay? Visit us online at www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com. Give us a call, 760-534-4434. Please send us your comments. It helps us know what you'd like to hear for future videos, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notified of upcoming videos. Now, I said at the beginning there were 5 strategies. We only talked about one because it's the most important, and I try to keep the videos as short as I can. Make sure you turn on for our next video. We're going to do numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you so much. Have a great day.